Good morning, folks. Inversion of 171 angstroms allows you to really see how the lowest level magnetic field loops on the Sun, the umbral and lower coronal fields, arc up and down and shift, and these days such movements tend to outshine anything bigger or scarier as the Earth-facing quiet begins to run away with this game. We're going to spaceweathernews.com, and while the big dark coronal holes steal your gaze, you'll notice what does not: large flashes of X-rays, solar flares, and that's because there aren't any. We're actually on the verge of a blank disk once again, with a lone sunspot group departing on the south. Earth-facing quiet embarrassed the heck out of him the last week. Coming to the northeastern limb to get another look at these plasma structures. If they hold on, they would be the top eruption threats on our star when they do face Earth in a couple days, but we already have something going on our little blue rock, don't we? Magnetic storms have persisted for days in the most significant geomagnetic event in months. 7 days of solar wind here show the phi angle shift in blue that kicked off the disruption, and afterwards the faster streams have been relentless. That's in yellow. Luckily, as you are all finding, the quakes have indeed disappeared during the solar storm event. On that front, by the way, I'll try to get you a new locations map tonight on Twitter. For those of you who have seen our CME impact and relativistic electron precipitation animation, turns out it's not just from the magnetosphere when the Sun gives us a whack, but waves scatter Van Allen particles as well that rain down into the atmosphere. A fantastic corroboration of the model with which we've been working. Also this: atmospheric refraction and temperatures over height is a major factor in climate models, and while most models are nice and clean, the Earth is not. Actual observations indicate that our assumptions are way off, which is amplified when you try to model the climate of an entire planet, to the point that most of these pieces of the climate picture are utterly meaningless. Kind of hard not to smile about that second confirmation of what most observers already know. So folks, tourists are still unaccounted for at that volcano we showed yesterday. Prayers there, but also north and south on what has become the scariest longitudes on Earth. To the north, a powerful cyclone is dropping flash floods and landslides that bury entire portions of towns in a matter of seconds. To the south, wasn't much better. This is observers' footage of the once-in-a-generation storm that hit South Australia. It is not at all a coincidence it's happening when the solar storm pounds our planet. You can learn more about this at earthchanges.org in the video in the bottom left corner, the sun and storms. If you saw the graphic for the disaster prediction app up at the top, we're just a couple months away from the public release and even closer to the beta. There are about 16 hours left in our first booster campaign. If you wanted an app t-shirt, there will be a lot more things like this to come for all of you who said you wanted more. We've got pressure and radar forecasts right now, however, followed by shots of our star to close. It's 4:20 a.m. in the new Valley of the Sun. Eyes open, no fear. Be safe, everyone.